The 7 Great Demon Lords are a group of the strongest demon-type Digimon. Even though they are a group, they don't act as a team. They don't usually interfere with each other in any way, neither to cooperate nor get into conflicts. The 7 Demon Lords were once beings of goodness and high-ranking angel Digimon, but each of them committed a deadly sin and fell from grace. The 7 deadly sins are pride, envy, wrath, sloth, greed, gluttony, and lust. Members of the 7 Great Demon Lords include Lucemon Fall Down Mode, whose sin is pride, Leviamon, whose sin is envy, Daemon, whose sin is wrath, Belphemon Rage Mode, whose sin is sloth, Barbamon, whose sin is greed, Beelzemon, whose sin is gluttony, and Lilithmon, whose sin is lust. If the 3 great archangels, Seraphimon, Cherubimon, and Ophanimon, should fall into darkness, they would become Black Seraphimon, Cherubimon Vice, and Ophanimon Fall Down Mode. If they fall even further, they would become Demon Lord Digimon, with Seraphimon turning into Daemon and Ophanimon into Lilithmon. After Lucemon started a rebellion against God, together with other fallen angel Digimon, as a punishment they were all sent to the Dark Area by the Digital World System, or the creator of the Digital World. Belphemon was sealed in the deepest part of the Dark Area, and since his power was too great, his data was put in a sleep state. In the Dark Area, these Digimon exist as deadly sins, desires that they each pursue, subsequently becoming Demon Lords. They are the rulers of the Dark Area, residing at its heart, each member having the right to command an army of nightmare soldiers. Some members are immune to the X program and are depicted as stronger against Digimon with X antibody. They are also able to alter reincarnation cycles presided by Anubimon and make the data of victims into their own flesh and blood instead of a chance to be reborn. Lucemon Fall Down Mode is said to be the strongest among the 7 Demon Lords. The 7 Great Demon Lords are all Demon Lord type Digimon and all share the virus attribute. While there are more Digimon of this type, not all of them belong to the group of the Great 7. Over time, many evil Digimon have entered the Dark Area with a desire to challenge the 7 Great Demon Lords and gain fame, but few have returned alive. Dark Knightmon X is one of the Digimon who aims to secure a place among the 7 Great Demon Lords. Still, there are some demonic Digimon whose powers make them stand outside the authority of the Demon Lords, such as Grand Dracumon. He also resides in the Dark Area, but his power is so strong that the Great Demon Lords don't interfere with him. Each of the 7 Great Demon Lords has a crown in one of the 7 colors of the visible spectrum of light. The outer edge of the crown has 2 concentric circles with an inscription between the circles that states 3 pieces of information: level, code, and system. Level is the designated level, which is 666 for all Demon Lords. This is the number of the beast mentioned in the Book of Revelation. Code is the name of the sin pertaining to the Demon Lord. System refers to the demon that usually represents the sin. Pride is represented by Lucifer, envy is represented by Leviathan, wrath is represented by Satan, sloth is represented by Belphegor, greed is represented by Mammon, gluttony is represented by Beelzebub, and lust is represented by Asmodeus. At the bottom of the crown, above the inner circle, is the information about the purgatory level, ranging from 1 to 7. The order of the levels is a reference to the terraces of purgatory from Dante Alighieri's epic poem The Divine Comedy. In the poem, each level represented a deadly sin and presented ways to atone for each. As a person progressed up the levels, they would eventually climb to the top of the mountain of purgatory and reach paradise. The structure of the mountain of purgatory is the following. Level 1 is for the proud, Level 2 is for the envious, Level 3 is for the wrathful, Level 4 is for the slothful, Level 5 is for the avaricious, Level 6 is for the gluttonous, and Level 7 is for the lustful. The center of the crown depicts a seal of one of the 7 Olympian spirits. Olympian spirits refer to 7 spirits mentioned in several Renaissance and post-Renaissance books of ritual magic. They were mythological entities who, under God, ruled over the 196 provinces in heaven and the natural world, each ruling for 490 years. They are associated with the celestial body, which is also displayed on the crown above the Olympian spirit seal and stands for a particular sin. Gate of Deadly Sins is a mysterious gate engraved with the crowns of the deadly sins. A picture of the gate was released on a card, but other than that, very little is known about it, except for some speculation that it serves as the entrance to the Dark Area. The 7 Great Demon Lords are associated with towers of the 7 deadly sins, mysterious buildings said to be built by the Demon Lords themselves as their residence in the Dark Area. Therefore, each tower represents a deadly sin. In Digimon World Next Order, the 7 great demon lords build their towers in the dark area. However, they are absorbed by the grudgeful hand, after which it destroys the dark area. In Digimon Collectors, the towers suddenly appear across the digital world, attracting Digimon who exhibit the respective sin, and the protagonist of the game is sent by the Royal Knights to investigate them. Defeating the demon lords lurking in the towers causes the manifestation of Ogudomon and the appearance of his tower. Now let's focus on the members of the 7 demon lords and their powers. Lucemon Fall Down Mode is the ultimate Demon Lord Digimon that has both holy and demonic powers and is the strongest of the 7 great demon lords. Lucemon Fall Down Mode caused a rebellious war in the super ancient times and was sealed in the dark area along with many Demon Lord Digimon. While being a perfect level Digimon, his power exceeds other ultimate level Digimon and is said to be comparable to the existence of God. While having a godlike side that cherishes everything, he is a demon-like contradictory being that seeks to destroy the entire world. Therefore, he was planning to destroy the world and create a new one. Shikari! Yami! Lucemon Fall Down Mode belongs to the Nightmare Soldiers and the Dark Area Fields. The special attack is the destructive technique Paradise Lost that fixes the enemy's limbs and hits it against the ground after flying the enemy high in the sky with a striking dance. The name of this attack is based on John Milton's famous epic poem of the same name. The other special attack is creating a 3-dimensional magic sphere with a light ball of holy and evil to contain the enemy called Dead or Alive. If you are trapped in this magic sphere, there is a 50-50 chance you will disappear completely or you will suffer great damage. Other attacks include Terrible Dance and Deadly Roll. Lucemon has an X-Antibody variant. Even though he is a virus attribute, Demon King type, the 6 pairs of golden wings shine like an angel. Not only the appearance, but also his power and brain have far surpassed the former Lucemon and were channeled into a perfect existence that surpasses even God. With the ultimate wisdom and power to take control of everything, Lucemon reigned in the digital world as an incarnation of destruction and creativity. The special attack is 7th Divine Cruise, which makes 10 superheated photospheres into a cross shape like a series of planets and emits light of extinction. It is said that a Digimon who died after receiving this technique is sucked by a crown of pride and converted into a flesh and blood of Lucemon. Lucemon and Satan mode is the final form of Lucemon that has the appearance of the Dragon of Revelation. As was told in the Revelation, he bears the crown of 7 deadly sins and has a dark sphere Gehenna, translated as hell, that absorbs all attacks. Gehenna is considered a purgatory-like place where the wicked go to suffer until they have atoned for their sins. All attacks are nullified before Gehenna, and it is said that the world will perish when Lucemon appears. However, the main body of Lucemon, Lucemon Larva, exists in Gehenna, and Satan mode is just a shadow of Lucemon. So, no matter how much you attack Satan mode, the attack will not reach the main body. Lucemon Satan mode is a demon god type Digimon that has the virus attribute and belongs to the Dark Area, Nightmare Soldiers and Virus Busters fields. The special attacks are the destructive Purgatory Flame that purifies everything, and the Extinct Light Divine Atonement emitted from the 7 crowns. Other attacks include Satan's Wrath and Dimension Slasher. Leviamon is the strongest monster in the digital world, who is called the Devil Beast because of the fear of this monster's overwhelming power. Leviamon represents the sin of envy and is based on Leviathan, an embodiment of chaos threatening to eat the damned afterlife. He is often described as a large sea serpent of tremendous strength, and Christian theologians associate him with the sin of envy. The long monster Leviamon, with a huge jaw that swallows even the digital world, is said to be sleeping on the bottom of the net near the dark area, and once awakened, he looks down on every Digimon. It is said that even angel-type Digimon, let alone demon-type Digimon, run away from fear. Limits on Digimon are decoded, however, Leviamons don't seem to exist, and it is said that he builds the foundation for wickedness in the digital world. He belongs to the Nightmare Soldiers, Deep Savers and Dark Area Fields. His special attack is destroying everything with his huge jaw called Rostrum, translated as snout. and wiping out everything with his long tail called cauda, which is Latin for tail. Other attacks include Duo Cauda and Anima. Leviamon X has wing arms growing from the back, and the flight ability is obtained by ejecting excess energy. Land, sea and air become a feeding ground for Leviamon, who eats everything. His special attacks are Cauda Mortifera, which skewers enemies together with his tentacle-shaped tail, and Rostrum Tridents, which chews enemies with his 3 split jaws. Also, when the energy of envy contained in Leviamon reaches its peak and the crown of envy shines, it is said that a super powerful thunder called Seventh Lightning is emitted from the 3 horns and the continent is submerged in the sea. Daemon, who represents the sin of wrath, leads many demon and fallen angel Digimon. Like Leviamon, Daemon was originally a high-ranking angel Digimon entity, Seraphimon. However, he was deleted to the Dark Area, the graveyard of erased data, because he rebelled or raged against the good existence of the digital world, probably the person who created the digital world. He has vowed to one day conquer the digital world and take revenge on the existence of good. Also, while he led the rebellion and was the strongest among the ultimates, he plotted to secretly revive the super ultimate Digimon. Daemon belongs to the Nightmare Soldiers and Dark Area Fields. The special attack is the superheated Hellfire Flame Inferno. Those who receive this technique will be burnt out without a trace. Other attacks include Slash Nail, Double Dust, Hammer Knuckle, Algol's Flame, and Chaos Flare. Taking in the X-Sentai body led to the manifestation of the crown of wrath over his head. His power increases as the anger grows. When anger exceeds the limit, it is said that the power that surpasses even the super ultimate Digimon will rise. His special attacks are 7th Graviton, which shoots super gravity lasers from both shoulders and abdomen to extinguish the surrounding area, and Inferno Burst, the final secret technique that turns him into a demon god of fire enveloped in his Flame Inferno. It would be difficult for even the Royal Knights to stop the blazing god of fire Daemon with the crown of wrath burning red. Belphemon, sealed in the deepest part of the Dark Area, represents the sin of sloth. He is based on Belphegor, a demon from Christian demonology, one of the 7 princes of hell. He is said to seduce people by means of laziness, which is why he is classified as the chief demon of the deadly sin known as sloth. It is said that the data is put to sleep by the system of the digital world because he has too much power, but the truth is uncertain. Since he is in a deep sleep, he cannot launch an attack on his own, but he can damage a Digimon with just a sigh, so it is not easy to attack a Belphemon sleep mode in his sleep. He belongs to the Nightmare Soldiers and Dark Area Fields. The special attacks are Eternal Nightmare, which is activated from a restful sleep, and Lampranthus, which is a black flame emitted from a chain wrapped around the body. His attack Eternal Nightmare is good for those who suffer from insomnia because it promises to deliver an eternal slumber. Belphemon is said to wake up from a long sleep once every 1,000 years and regain his original appearance. After waking up, Belphemon becomes an incarnation of anger, and anything in his sight is subject to destruction. It is said that a Digimon that is below the perfect level will decompose data and die instantly just by receiving the roar of Belphemon Rage mode, and even the ultimate level Digimon cannot pass unharmed. The special attacks are the Black Flame Lapranthus, which emanates from the chains wrapped around his body, and the slashing Gift of Darkness that is unleashed from his claws wearing the flames of hell. The data of the Digimon sent to the Dark Area is not reincarnated, but becomes the flesh and blood of demon lords. While the urge of Belphemon X to destroy increases, the intuition becomes sharper and the target to be destroyed is identified and crushed. In a battle, he first crushes the Digimon he perceives as the beacon of hope for the army, crushing the hopeful dreams of the opponents. He then proceeds to crush the army, which has lost the will to fight, until he obliviates them. His special attack is squeezing power from the crown of sloth and releasing a crimson energy wave from his claws at maximum output called 7th Penetrate. Barbamon, representing the sin of greed, has the shape of an old man with a long beard. He is based on Barbathos, a Duke of Hell ruling over 30 legions of demons. He can speak to animals, tell the future, and lead men to treasure using enchantments of magicians. His name in Latin means the Bearded One. Barbamon exists in the center of the dark area, which is the Devil's Den, and manipulates fallen angel Digimon to do the best of evil. He is obsessed with all the treasures that exist in the network and has a greedy and brutal personality that kills Digimon for a piece of treasure by any means for greed. He is the most cunning tactician out of the 7 demon lords who manipulates the ultimate Deathmon without any effort. He belongs to the Nightmare Soldiers and the Dark Area Fields. His special attacks are the Death Lure, a magic staff that invites Digimon to hell that cannot return to life, and the super high heat explosion Pandemonium Lost, which releases the evil energy of the dark area all at once and burns everything down. Belial Vamdemon's special attack Pandemonium Flame is only a small part of this energy. Pandemonium is the capital of hell in John Milton's epic poem Paradise Lost. John Milton invented the name for the capital of hell, the high capital of Satan and his peers, built by the fallen angels at the suggestion of Mammon at the end of Book 1 of Paradise Lost. Mammon in the New Testament of the Bible is commonly thought to mean money, material wealth, or any entity that promises wealth and is associated with the greedy pursuit of gain. In the Middle Ages, Mammon was often personified as one of the 7 princes of hell. By fusing the demonic staff Death Lure with his right arm and directly connecting the magical powers, Barbamon X became able to manipulate more cunning techniques. His special attack is 7th Jewel Eyes, turning the enemy's Digicore, which has been scooped out with his right arm, into a jewel with a crown of greed. The stronger the Digimon, the more the jewels shine, which is how he determines if they are worth fighting. The brilliance of the crown of greed that emerges from the right hand is a proof of strength and his proud collection. While possessing the ability to control many demon Digimon, Beelzebumon dares to protect his solitary existence. He represents the sin of gluttony and is said that he can stand at the top of the dark army called Nightmare Soldiers if he feels like it. His name is based on a Philistine god, later adopted into some Abrahamic religions as a major demon. He is also associated with the Canaanite god Baal, who also served as inspiration for Beelzebumon's prior form Balmon. In Christian demonology, he is one of the princes of hell and another name for Satan. Beelzebumon has his favorite shotguns called Berenhenna and rides a huge motorcycle called Behemoth. Behemoth is a beast from the Bible, a form of primeval chaos monster paired with Leviathan. Behemoth is also a motorcycle developed by Steve Roberts in the 1980s, which incorporated a computer. In this case, the name was short for Big Electronic Human Energized Machine Only Too Heavy. Beelzebumon is ruthless in character and very prideful, but never swarms or attacks the weak. He belongs to the Nightmare Soldiers, Nature Spirits, Wind Guardians, Metal Empire and Dark Area Fields. His specialty is Darkness Claw, which raises sharp claws and cuts through enemies. His special attack is Double Impact, which shoots 2 shotguns in rapid succession. As a result of Beelzebumon's data being rewritten by X-Antibody, he has acquired the ability to summon the Crimson Flames from the Dark Area, El Evangelio, that can freely change the shape from the underworld Dark Area. El Evangelio is a fire with the intention to be used to judge and rescue the souls of sinners who have fallen into the Dark Area. Under normal circumstances, El Evangelio would extinguish Beelzebumon together with his Digicore. However, Beelzebumon, who has the X-Antibody, can surpass the will of El Evangelio and manipulate it at his own without being burned. From Berenhenna, El Evangelio is fired as a magic bullet in the attack called Gluttony Flare, which burns data without a trace, as if a flame eats an enemy. Also, he acquired the 7th Full Cluster, a blow that condenses the power of Gluttony Flare into the Crown of Gluttony and fires it as a single shot. Beelzebumon also has a Blast mode. Just like Angewomon falling from grace and becoming Lady Devimon, Lilithmon, representing the sin of lust, is originally thought to be of the same race as Ophanimon, who fell from heaven and became known as the Goddess of Darkness. It is said that those who succumb to her mysterious and beautiful appearance and accept her invitation meet a deadly end. Befitting the name of Goddess of Darkness, Lilithmon is generous to evil but ruthless to good. Lilithmon is based on Lilith, a figure from Christian and Jewish folklore. There are many stories around her origin, but the most popular one is about her being the first wife of Adam. While Eve was created from Adam's rib, it is believed that Lilith and Adam were both created by God from dust as equals. When Adam tried to dominate her, she refused to obey him and fled from the Garden of Eden. Her symbolism, history, and use in literature are debated among Jewish scholars, feminists, and other intellectuals. In the Renaissance, Michelangelo portrayed Lilith as a half-woman, half-serpent coiled around the tree of knowledge. Modern views of Lilith are mostly positive, and she is celebrated by feminists as the first independent woman who challenges the oppressive system in which she is placed. Her name appears as the title of a Jewish women's magazine and a national literacy program. The ultimate level Lilithmon belongs to the Dark Area and the Nightmare Soldier's field. The Magic Claw Nazar nail on the right arm corrodes everything it touches. The special attack is Phantom Pain, which erodes the opponent's body with a dark sigh. It is said that when this curse is received, data is lost from the ends of the body, and even in death, the opponents suffer in pain. Other attacks include Evil Sigh, Darkness Love, and Empress in Blaze. Other than the 7 demon lords, Lilithmon was also a member of the 3 great officers, joined by Tactimon and Blastmon, and they served Barbamon. Lilithmon's focus is manipulation and intellect. Lilithmon has an ex-antibody form. Lilithmon evolved because of her obsession with beauty and has acquired a young but bewitching body. It is said that the figure captivates everyone who sees it and turns them into a puppet. With ultimate beauty, Lilithmon has become the goddess of death with her generous beauty and destructive charm. The special attack is 7th Fascinate, which draws power from the Crown of Lust and manipulates others over a wide range. A Digimon that Lilithmon X has turned into a puppet loses all their power, and after being manipulated, they die. Lilithmon gladly watches over the lights that shine and disappear at the end. The power of the 7 demon lords goes further than this. If 2 or even all the demon lords fuse, they evolve into Ogudomon. Ogudomon is also known as the Super Demon Lord of Atonement. This Digimon has 7 legs and eyes, as well as a special 8th eye. Within the body are all sins of the digital world, and he has the ability to atone for them all. Even a Digimon who is a little malicious will get defeated, because Ogudomon will use their malice for his own benefit. Ogudomon belongs to the Nightmare Soldier's field. The special attack is Oratio Grandiroqua, which runs away as it desires, and Cathedral, a shockwave played from the mouth. Ogudomon also has an attack called Gradus that crushes opponents with huge legs. Like Lucemon Satan mode, he carries the crowns of the 7 deadly sins on his head. Ogudomon has 7 swords in his body, said to contain the abilities of the 7 great demon lords. Each sword is inspired by the physical appearance of the demon lord and features the crown of their sin floating above it, embedded in Ogudomon's legs. Ogudomon has an ex-antibody form. The urge to destroy and evil thoughts of the 7 great demon lords are further amplified by the ex-antibody, and the power that could destroy the digital world just by existing is leaking. The 6 arms and head become tentacle swords with the abilities of each of the 7 great demon lords, trying to erase everything that approaches, regardless if they are an enemy or ally. The special attack is shooting a ray of light, Destiny Death Destruction Death 3, in which the 6 arms change into a giant spear shape and extinguish everything they touch.